I don't want your excuses. I have to record this mini-episode now, but I want you to find him. Use every resource you have available. If I have to call in the Illuminati Guard itself, I will do it. Get him back to me now.
All right, let's do this. When my very important words are not enough, America cries out for more. So much more I have to do 2 of these things in a row because, well, events happened. Anyways, thus, America, the mini-episode, was born.
America! 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 It's America!
The mini-episode.
Well, America, I am back in your ears once again, even though I said I wasn't going to do another mini-episode, but, well, certain things have led me to have to do this. Well, I'll give it to you straight, America. At the end of the next episode that you will hear after this one, the chronological 5th episode in this season and mid-season finale, something happens to Tim. He is not here right now, and, that is a result of the events of the next episode that, has already been recorded, just not released yet because of, well, said events. So, once that is out on this coming Monday, I believe September 5th, 6th, Labor Day. It's all out on Labor Day. You will get to hear the events that I should have prevented myself, but was unable to do. Anyways, because of said events, I was not able to record on video my rapid-fire news and very important segment over the past little while, and, well, I'm going to give it to you in this audio format like the old days. Tim would have wanted that. I have no semi-important questions this week because we weren't planning on doing a mini-episode, but here we are. So, I guess without further ado, it's time for Rapid Fire News! These days, the news can come at you as fast as President Biden refusing to take responsibility for the disastrous evacuation of Afghanistan. Well, I am here to shout it at you even faster. This is Rapid Fire News! First, politician X who opposed mask mandates has contracted COVID-19. Oops, sorry. It looks like I was just reading one of the standard headlines that we have for whenever a Republican catches the coronavirus. Anyways, Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, who refused to allow private businesses and schools to require masks and whose pandemic policies have contributed to the state's high COVID infection numbers, has contracted the coronavirus. See, this is why we have those standard headlines pre-written. Really takes away the magic of the show, doesn't it? Just like how Republicans are taking away the lives of children by refusing to issue mask mandates in schools. Next. A loophole in the Texas education system has allowed a school district in Paris, Texas, to amend their students' dress code to require masks. This news has prompted the Abbott administration to scramble for new ways to ensure children stay in perpetual danger. Next. The Department of Education recently announced that they would clear the student loan debt of over 323,000 people living with significant or permanent disabilities. Unfortunately, many people went several years not knowing they qualified for the program due to the lack of effort to inform them. Ah, America. Always somehow forgetting to forgive debts or let underprivileged people know about crucial programs and services. Never change, you sly minx. Next. Multiple casualties, including American military personnel, were reported recently when a bomb was set off by the Taliban outside of the airport in Kabul. In news recently received from the future, America has reinvaded Afghanistan. Oh, and this just in from the even more distant future, America has fumbled the military evacuation of Afghanistan once again. Next. After controversial comments were revealed, one of the new hosts of Jeopardy, Mike Richards, has been fired from the show, prompting everyone to ask, who the hell is Mike Richards and why is LeVar Burton not the host of the show? Next. The United States Supreme Court has ordered that evictions for unpaid rent can now resume despite the ongoing pandemic and risk of the Delta variant. You hear that? You COVID patients better get out of those hospital beds and back to work or die in the street. Keep this capitalism train a-movin'. Choo-choo! Next. In addition to perpetually digging his own political grave, human shitstain and governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, has been busy digging the graves of children and adults who have died of COVID-19 when it was reported that Florida now has an average 237 COVID-related deaths per day. This is in addition to the 26,000 cases the state recently reported in one single day. Not to cross segments here, but as a quick reminder to Governor DeSantis, if you kill all of your constituents, there won't be anybody left to vote for you. So maybe just admit you were wrong about the mask mandate? Food for thought. This has been Rapid Fire News. And now it's time for one of my very important segments, Did You Know This? It was actually pre-recorded and even features Tim. I miss Tim.
How are we on finding Tim? Is he back yet? No? Damn it.
Well, fine. I guess let's get to my very important segment, Did You Know This? Did you know this? Did you know that there are American citizens in America that do not have a safe place to live? I know, I couldn't believe it either. At first I was like, why don't you just live in a house like me? I have 10 of them. That the IRS knows about at least. I was then told that not everyone can afford to rent a home, let alone own one, and some struggle so much they live on the street. After laughing for an hour at what I thought was the best joke my staff has written to date, my producer informed me that, in fact, there are almost 554,000 homeless individuals in this country. Even worse, I was informed of the existence of the terms homeless veteran and homeless child. Preposterous, I say. America has a military budget of $778 billion, which is larger than the next 10 largest military budgets in the world combined. I told my producer this cannot be true. How can a nation with that much money to spend on war allow children to live in poverty? How could our nation send its people to wars and then allow them to live on the streets like those lazy bums that ask me for $1? Upon saying that totally non-offensive bit, I was told that those people aren't lazy and to maybe stop using the word bum. I was also shown what a $1 bill looks like, as I have never seen anything less than a $100 bill. Side note, very proud of my friend George for making it on the $1. After laughing for another full hour at what I thought was yet another killer joke made by my writing staff, I was told that people without homes are simply stuck in a never-ending cycle. Some suffer from addiction and need help. Some are homeless due to one of the many multiple financial crises that I quote-unquote did not make billions of dollars off of. Others simply lost their jobs during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, as well as countless other scenarios. Each one of these 554,000 people has a story and deserves better than what they've been dealt. Something has to be done, I shouted then and now, and I was told there is something that can be done. Did you know this? Did you know that it actually costs less to house a homeless person rather than leave them on the street? I know, I couldn't believe it either. Oh, I'm having deja vu. The Office of Housing and Urban Development estimates that the cost of leaving a person to live on the street is increasingly more expensive than housing them outright. At this point, I realized these weren't jokes my staff was writing for me, as it had become apparent that my money was at stake. In fact, homelessness isn't funny at all, contrary to what I've been told by my friends Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Peter Thiel. Ironically, people like me and my friends could easily front the cost to end homelessness right now. And to that I say, I don't have my checkbook on me. I also don't carry cash. Do you have a mobile credit card reader? You do. Well, my card expired. Sorry. I may have a nickel or something for you in my coin purse. Nope, all out. Well, at any rate, saying and knowing that we have the means to solve the homelessness crisis in America will have to be good enough for now. It's like that saying, the road to heaven is paved with good intentions.
Hell.
What?
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Ah, well, you learn something new every day. Like the fact that the homelessness crisis could be solved within said day by taxing the absolute hell out of, 100 people. This has been Did You Know This? Exhilarating stuff. Now, I have to go take a break to, meet with some people about finding Tim. So enjoy some commercials.
It's America, the podcast.
And we're back. So, now I didn't find Tim, so we're just gonna do very important readings. But instead today, I would like to read off the names of everyone who signed the Declaration of Independence. You will hear about the Declaration of Independence in the next episode, but I thought I'd let you know who signed it specifically. So, now it's time for very important readings. So, as I said, I will be now reading the names of every person who signed the Declaration, including myself. Here we go. John Adams, Samuel Adams, Josiah Bartlett, President from the West Wing, Carter Braxton, Charles Carroll of Carrollton, Samuel Chase, Abraham Clark, George Clymer, William Ellery, William Floyd, Benjamin Franklin, Horniest American, Elbridge Jerry, a man with his first and last name apparently reversed, Button Gwinnett, a man whose actual name is Button. He was a weird one. He acted like a guy named Button. Anyways, Lyman Hall, John Hancock, Benjamin Harrison, John Hart, Joseph Hughes, Thomas Hayward Jr., William Hooper, Stephen Hopkins, not Stephen Hawkins, completely different person, obviously, because of the centuries difference in age, Francis Hopkinson, Samuel Huntington, Thomas Slave Owner Jefferson, Francis Lightfoot Lee, Richard Lee, Francis Lewis, Philip Livingston, Thomas Lynch Jr., Thomas McKean, Arthur Middleton, Lewis Morris, Robert Morris, John Morton, Thomas Nelson Jr., William Paca, Robert Treat Payne, John Penn, George Reed, a man who ironically could not read, Caesar Rodney, George Ross, Dr. Benjamin Rush. Oh, that's my personal physician. He treated me multiple times for chlamydia and several other weird genital things. Thank you, Benjamin Rush. May you rest in peace. Edward Rutledge, Roger Sherman, James Smith, Richard Stockton, Thomas Stone, George Taylor, lots of Georges, Matthew Thornton, George Walton, William Whipple, William Williams, a man whose parents clearly gave up when they named him, James Wilson, John Witherspoon, Oliver Wolcott, George Wythe, and me, Thebadiah A. Stard, a.k.a. the embodiment of and only hope for America, and artiste and cartographer of the treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. This has been Very Important Readings. Well, America, that brings us to the end of this mini-episode. There is one more episode coming out, and in that episode you will find out what happened to my producer, Tim. And so the search begins. Have we heard anything? Still nothing. Well, I am off to Egypt to find some sort of magic that will help me in my current situation. If there are any experienced wizards or witches out there able to help me in my quest, please direct message me at America the Podcast on Instagram or at America the Pod on Twitter. You can also leave the show a 5-star review on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and leave your advice there. Advice for what, you were absolutely asking? Well, you'll have to listen to the next episode / mid-season finale of America the Podcast with me, Thebe Stard, aka the embodiment of and only hope for America. Once you get to the end, you'll know what I need help with. That said, good night and good fight. Sorry for the weird episode. I'm not sorry. Don't tell me to say I'm sorry. These people will get what they get. Good night and good fight.
It's America, the podcast.
This has been a production of Shui Media, all rights reserved. For more information, please visit shuimedia.com.